Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. We've got a story out of Ahoskie where police are investigating a shooting. They actually reached out to the SBI for help. Now, Ahoskie police that they say that they were called to ECU Health Roanoke Chowan Hospital at around 2:30 this morning for a report of a gunshot victim. Now, police say that when they got there, they found a 34-year-old man was suffering from a life-threatening injury. The man was airlifted to ECU Health Medical Center in Greenville via East Care. Police say they have asked the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation to assist with the investigation. Now, if you have any information related to this shooting, police ask that you call the Ahoskie Police Department at 252-332-5011. And now with the rollout of the National Guard in Washington, D.C., President Trump is hinting that more troops will be sent to other cities across the U.S. NBC's Gabe Gutierrez has more.
National Guard troops armed while patrolling the streets of Washington. A defense official telling NBC News they're officially authorized for self-protection. At least 6 Republican-led states are also sending in their own troops as reinforcements. President Trump now promising to expand his crackdown on crime beyond the nation's capital to other cities, including New York, Baltimore, and Chicago.
When we're ready, we'll go in and we'll straighten out Chicago, just like we did D.C. Chicago is very dangerous.
Violent crime in Chicago has often drawn headlines, but according to the city's police statistics, murders, robberies, and shootings are all down more than 30% this year.
The brave men and women who signed up to serve our country did not sign up to occupy American cities.
And now the president's focus may be turning to a D.C. neighbor after Maryland Governor Wes Moore, a Democrat, last week invited Trump to Baltimore.
Donald Trump, if you are not willing to walk our communities, keep our name out of your mouth.
The president on Sunday posting, "If Wes Moore needs help, I will send in the troops."
He seems to enjoy living in this blissful ignorance, these tropes and these 1980 scare tactics.
Also in Maryland this week, in a flashpoint in the Trump administration's immigration battle, the case of Kilmar Abrego Garcia, who was reunited with his family in the state this weekend after being released from federal custody. The Justice Department initially acknowledged he was mistakenly deported to El Salvador in March, though the administration has since accused him of human smuggling and being a gang member, charges he denies.
He is absolutely going to be deported from this country.
Today, according to his attorneys, Abrego Garcia must either plead guilty to the charges and be deported to Costa Rica, or decline the plea deal and be deported to Uganda as early as Wednesday.
It is preposterous that they would send him to Africa.
And that was Gabe Gutierrez reporting. We now turn our attention to your weather forecast. We've got our eyes on the tropics, but before we get to, of course, what is brewing in the Atlantic, let's take a little moment to appreciate what's already happening outside. Right now, beautiful blue skies across most of eastern North Carolina, 76 degrees, westerly wind at 3 miles an hour. Dew points down right now, currently below 70 degrees in Washington. Not the case throughout all of eastern North Carolina, though. Rain showers today will be possible coming up later on this afternoon and into the evening, mostly along the coast. Those of you watching, I would say, east of Highway 17 have a slightly higher chance of, again, maybe seeing a few showers and maybe a stray spot storm here and there coming up this afternoon as a weak low pressure system tries to kind of skirt by the coast. Not going to lead to rain throughout eastern North Carolina, but a few of us will pick up some drops. Now, current air temperatures right now reading in the mid to upper 70s. We do have Stumpy Point right now showing up at 82 degrees. We also have 72 in Windsor, so about a 10-degree spread there from Dare County all the way to Bertie County. Rest of eastern North Carolina falls within that 72 to 82 degree range, but here's what it feels like outside when you factor in that humidity. Start to see a few more areas feel just a little bit warmer because right now dew points still elevated, still in the 70s. Washington, again, one of the lucky spots with dew points in the upper 60s. But over the past 24 hours, most of us have seen our dew points either hold steady or actually increase a little bit. That's going to be changing coming up later on this week. We're going to be feeling that humidity slowly fade as we head towards Wednesday and Thursday. Something really to look forward to. Northwesterly wind right now is really going to help with that change in humidity. Not going to see a big change today, but again, over the next 3 days, I'm anticipating that that humidity level to really fall throughout eastern North Carolina. Now, again, here's a look at some of those rain showers we were talking about. Again, those of you watching closer to the coast will have a slightly higher chance of perhaps picking up a few of those drops. Certainly not going to be soaking rain, but will certainly wet the ground. No flooding threat, that's for sure. 7 a.m. tomorrow, maybe a few stray drops, kind of trying to hug the coast early tomorrow morning. Not a lot there, but again, as we head into the afternoon, there will be that low pressure system off the coast, and that could lead to maybe a few more spot showers, particularly again on the eastern side of Highway 17. Again, inland areas, the further inland you go, the less opportunity you will have for rain showers between today and even tomorrow. But the good news is everything that is brewing in the tropics is pointed away from us. This is Tropical Storm Fernand. Current maximum sustained winds 50 miles an hour, gusts up to 65 miles an hour, and you can see we've got a frontal boundary between us and Fernand. This is going to continue to move north at about 12 miles an hour, taking it back into the northern Atlantic by the time we get to Wednesday. By that point, it'll be dropping down to a post-tropical low, and we won't be tracking it anymore. Now, the other system we were keeping an eye on right now looks like we'll probably be dropping this system. It's that X you're seeing in the eastern Caribbean. Over the next 48 hours and the next 7 days, the National Hurricane Center is pretty much throwing up its hand saying this thing is not going to be forming. 0% chance of tropical formation over that 7-day stretch. So let's take a look at your full 8-day forecast again. For today, humidity, heat certainly present, but over the next several days, those northerly winds will help bring down our air temperatures and our humidity. 90 degrees for today, 85 tomorrow, 80 on Wednesday, 81 by the time we reach Thursday, and overnight lows dipping down into not only the 60s, but even the upper 50s. This is going to feel spectacular as we wrap up the August month and head towards Labor Day coming up next Monday. Well, that's all we have time for today's 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful day.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by ENC Pirate Realty.